In the heart of Australia lies a sleepy town shrouded in mystery and intrigue. A place where the silence of the night is not broken by the hustle and bustle of city life, but instead it is punctuated by the low hum of taxicabs traversing the dimly lit streets. This is a town that holds its secrets close to its chest, a town that has seen more than its fair share of unsolved mysteries. From the unexplained disappearance of the local baker in the early 60s to the chilling case of the schoolteacher found lifeless in her home with no signs of a struggle, the stories are as numerous as they are eerie. Yet the town's history is not merely a collection of unsolved cases. It's a tapestry woven with threads of the inexplicable and the supernatural. Among the most peculiar of these tales are the accounts of the town's taxi drivers. They share spine-chilling anecdotes of an unseen passenger who appears in the back seat of their cabs. This phantom passenger, known only by the moniker the Unseen Passenger, doesn't interact with them, but instead guides them to the locations of these unsolved mysteries. Imagine being in your cab, driving down the deserted streets, when suddenly you hear a voice from the back seat. A voice that wasn't there a moment ago, guiding you to a destination that has been the scene of a chilling mystery. A destination that holds dark secrets, waiting to be unraveled. That's the reality these taxi drivers live with. A reality that is as surreal as it is terrifying. The stories are varied, the locations diverse, yet the common thread that binds them all is the unseen passenger and the unsolved mysteries. Each tale is a piece of the puzzle, a piece that brings us closer to understanding the enigma that is the unseen passenger. Tonight we delve into the chilling tales from 4 taxi drivers who've had encounters with the unseen passenger. Each driver has a story to tell, a story that will send shivers down your spine and make you question the nature of reality. So sit back, brace yourself, and prepare to journey into the unknown. Our first tale comes from a seasoned taxi driver named John, who experienced an eerie encounter one cold winter's night. So begins the tale of Sarah's last ride, a story that's sure to send chills down your spine. John, a veteran taxi driver from the sleepy town of Dark Law, had seen his fair share of intriguing characters, but nothing could have prepared him for the passenger he picked up on a frigid evening in late December. A young woman, who introduced herself as Sarah, hopped into the backseat of his taxi. Her destination, an isolated spot on the outskirts of town. Sarah didn't speak much during the ride. Her only request was that John drive slowly, as if she was taking in the scenery one last time. John did as she asked, noting the somber tone in her voice. As they approached the destination, Sarah thanked him, her voice barely above a whisper, then seemingly vanished, leaving the taxi as cold as the winter air outside. Dumbfounded, John stepped out of his taxi, scanning the area for any sign of his mysterious passenger. It was then he spotted a sight that would haunt him for the rest of his days. A shallow grave, and in it, the lifeless body of a young woman. The authorities later confirmed the chilling truth. The woman was Sarah, a victim of an unsolved serial killer case that had rocked Dark Law years ago. John's account of his ghostly passenger reopened Sarah's case, leading the police to the evidence they needed to finally bring her killer to justice. But the resolution did little to ease John's unsettled mind. He was forever marked by the encounter, the memory of Sarah's last ride etched into his psyche. John was left with more questions than answers, haunted by Sarah's ghostly guidance. Every time he steps into his taxi, he can't help but wonder if he'll ever meet another passenger like Sarah, a soul trapped between worlds, guiding the living to solve the mysteries that bind them to this earth. Our next driver, Mary, took a late-night fare that led her to uncover a deadly secret. In the small hours of the night, Mary, a seasoned taxi driver in this sleepy town, picked up a quiet man. His destination, a quaint house nestled in the outskirts. As they navigated the desolate streets, he shared his tale. He was in love, he said, a passionate affair that was his world until one fateful argument shattered everything. The man spoke of his lover, a fiery woman with a temper as unpredictable as the sea. They had quarreled, he said, over something trivial. But the argument escalated, voices raised, tempers flared, and the next thing he knew, darkness. As they neared the house, the man grew silent, his presence seeming to fade away. Pulling into the driveway, Mary turned to collect her fare only to find the backseat empty. A chill ran down her spine, the eerie silence amplifying her growing unease. Shaking off her fear, she approached the house, the man's story ringing in her ears. She was drawn to the backyard, an inexplicable pull guiding her steps. Her heart pounded in her chest as her foot struck something hard beneath the soft soil. The sight that met her eyes was one she'd never forget. A makeshift grave, the final resting place of her late-night passenger. With a quivering hand, she dialed the authorities. The woman, the lover, was taken into custody. Forensics confirmed the buried body was indeed the man Mary had driven to the house, his identity confirmed through dental records. The woman confessed to the crime, the argument ending in a fatal gunshot. Mary, the taxi driver, had unknowingly played a part in solving a murder mystery. Her late-night fare had guided her to his own grave, exposing a secret that had been buried along with him. It was a ride she'd never forget, a chilling tale forever etched in her memory. Mary's late-night fare turned into a chilling revelation of a hidden crime. The third tale is from a driver named Alex, whose usual route was interrupted by an unseen child passenger. In the heart of the sleepy town, Alex, a seasoned taxi driver, had his routine disrupted one foggy evening. As he was making his way back to base, he felt a sudden chill, followed by a soft voice from the back seat. He glanced at the rearview mirror, but all he saw was the empty seat. The voice, however, persisted, sounding like a child's. It asked him to take a left turn at the next corner, guiding him away from his usual route and into the outskirts of the town. He followed the voice's directions, his heart pounding and mind racing. The voice led him to an old abandoned house, standing eerily at the end of a gravel road. The childlike voice instructed Alex to stop. As he killed the engine, the temperature inside the cab returned to normal, and the voice faded away. The next day, curiosity got the better of Alex. He returned to the abandoned house in broad daylight. As he cautiously made his way around the property, he stumbled upon a small, weathered teddy bear. The sight of the old toy lying forgotten in the dirt sent a shiver down his spine. He reported his findings to the local authorities. As the police commenced their investigation, they unearthed the remains of a child buried in the backyard. The town was shocked by the discovery, and the news spread like wildfire. The child was identified as a young boy who had disappeared from the town over 2 decades ago. His parents had passed away years back, their lives consumed by the search for their lost son. The forgotten child had finally been found. In the end, Alex's eerie encounter with the unseen passenger had unveiled a long-buried secret. It was a chilling experience, yet it brought closure to a mystery that had haunted the town for years. Alex's encounter shed light on a long-forgotten tragedy. Our final tale is from Lucy, whose late-night passenger revealed a tale of betrayal. On a chilly night in Perth, Lucy picked up a bloke named Jack, a friend she hadn't seen for years. As they rode through the city's winding roads, Jack guided Lucy to a remote, forgotten corner of their childhood town. The atmosphere thickened with every turn as Jack told a story of a camping trip that ended in a nightmare. He spoke of friends turned foes, of a cruel joke that went too far. He was left abandoned, betrayed, left to die alone. Lucy, horrified, followed Jack's directions to a desolate spot, where he simply vanished from the back seat. In his place, a rusty old compass, a memento of their shared past. The discovery led to the resolution of a cold case. The betrayers were brought to justice. Lucy's eerie encounter unveiled a tale of friendship, betrayal, and justice. Each of these drivers had an encounter that led to the resolution of a long-standing mystery. From Sarah's last ride, a journey that ended in the unveiling of a notorious serial killer's gruesome work, to the lover's secret, where a man's undying love led to the unearthing of his own concealed grave. Then there was the forgotten child, a spectral reminder of a tragic, unsolved disappearance that finally found closure. Lastly, we heard of the betrayed friend, a tale of jealousy, betrayal, and a friendship that ended in murder. These unseen passengers, spectral guides to unsolved mysteries, have left an indelible mark on the drivers and the town. Their encounters have not only brought resolution to the unresolved, but also a sense of eerie apprehension. The town, once sleepy, now lies awake, haunted by these revelations. As the mysteries of this sleepy town continue to unravel, the tales of the unseen passenger remain a chilling reminder of the secrets that lie in the shadows.